Hello there, whoever you are. Today we're talking about a story that every Christian uses to justify their anger. And I mean when they get angry about anything. Someone calls them a name, or their favorite team could be losing, and they completely butcher your TV. Like, bro, that's my television. But then they're like, hey bro, chill, remember Jesus flipped tables. Yeah, no, see, we're not doing that anymore. We're settling this today. So each gospel tells it a bit differently, but it's basically the same story. Jesus saw people selling in the temple, and obviously he couldn't have none of that. I mean, bro, you're selling in God's house? What's wrong with him? So, Jesus went in there and handled business. Made them boys skedaddle. Poured out all that money and yeeted them tables. And while he was doing all this, he was calling them out with scripture. He was like, it is written, my house will be called a house of prayer, but you've turned it into a den of thieves. Like, that's insane, bro. You're getting told off with scripture while getting thrown out of a place. They really spent all day trying to get their bread up just for the bread of life to come through and get rid of all of it.
Embarrassing.
And then we find out in John that this man Jesus was armed while doing this. Yeah, no wonder the word says them boys were scared and wanted to get back. But I mean, it's their fault this happened. Like, what were y'all doing selling stuff in the temple? That's a place of worship. Again, I ask, what's wrong with them? And now look, I've heard some people say it wasn't just about the selling. It was the fact that people were getting cheated out of their money. Like, they were out here overcharging people for sacrifices and stuff. Like, imagine you go to church and before you even sit down, before you even breathe in church air, someone is at the front and pulls up on you and says, hey, you need a Bible? I can get you one for about 500, so what you want to do?
What?
500? Man, that Bible better raise my kids and do my taxes. But anyway, regardless of the specifics, moral of the story, there's a huge difference between righteous anger and just being plain old angry. Jesus was mad at people wheeling and dealing in God's house. Him being mad at that and you being mad because you got washed by Little Jimmy in Street Fighter are not the same thing. So please, 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 stop using this scripture to justify your lack of self-control. Thank you. Have a nice day.